Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So today's question has been suggested by one of my subscribers or one of my viewers, and that is, what is our past life connection? So this is someone that you believed you have lived a previous life with. So disclaimer, I'm not entirely sure if past lives are an actual part of our reality, but I'm certainly very respectful of those that do believe that that is the case and that they have lived a previous lifetime and they with this person, and they have now met them again in this one. So that's what we're really looking at. We're not asking the question, did you know each other in a past life, or have you got a past life connection? It's, what is it? So if you're not entirely sure whether you've lived a previous life with them, this probably isn't the video for you, because I'm really assuming that you believe that there is one. So bearing in mind that there's absolutely no way we can validate this information, because you're not likely to remember a past life. This is really just going to be for fun, for entertainment, and I don't want you to take it too seriously if it doesn't resonate at all. It's, you know, it's just for fun. If it does resonate with you and you basically like the story of it, then that's brilliant. You can leave me a comment and all the rest of it, but I think this is going to be a bit of a different one for us. So bearing all that in mind, I want you to choose between 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to put the timestamps to these 3 readings in the description box, along with all of my contact details in case you would like to book a private reading with me, make a donation towards the upkeep of the channel, or follow me on Instagram. But now I want you to focus on the person of choice, the person you believe you've been in a past life with. Think about them and what you know of them, what you feel about them, and so on. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths and meditate on it. What is our past life connection? If you need a little bit more time, then please press pause, because I'm now going to be moving on to reading 1. Okay, those of you that chose option 1, here is your reading. What is your past life connection? I meant to say at the beginning in the introduction of the video that I'm happy for people to make suggestions about questions in the comments, and if it's a question that I feel has no ill effects or unintended consequences, then I'm happy to do it, and I don't feel that there's any harm asking about a past life connection. So I've split it into 2. I've just got the general Rider-Waite Universal Tarot and the Fairy Tarot. It's the Doreen Virtue one, although I know now that she doesn't want anything to do with the tarot world, but that's the deck. So these are, what is the past life connection and what happened in this connection. So we've got the World, the 9 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I just feel that there was somebody went off travelling and the other person stayed at home worrying, and I feel that the Knight of Wands explored the world and left the other person at home. The traditional, probably male adventurer, going off, joining the navy, joining the army, going off, seeing the pyramids, and leaving the wife at home to take care of the kids and wait for the letters to come back from home. That's my perception, that the past life connection involves someone being out in the world and someone being stuck at home with their thoughts. You know, maybe there was a reason that you couldn't be together out in the world, that, you know, it was a case of women don't go out travelling to other places. I'm not even going to make any attempt at saying a time frame or anything like that. But I think there was a division because of the world, because the Knight of Wands goes out adventuring. They follow their passions, they follow their drive, they follow their impulses. And, you know, and the 9 of Swords as a person is someone who stays at home worrying, who can't get to sleep because of the thoughts in their head. So I think that's what the past life connection is. Someone travelled, someone stayed at home. So what overall happened in this past life connection? Nine of Summer, wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. So I think you were happy together when you were together. Justice, take time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. So there was an objective decision made. Maybe the decision was to leave and travel rather than staying at home with your partner, you know, following the dream, fulfilling a dream. Three of Autumn, follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talent. So somebody went off and pursued their dreams, and that's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands went off, did what they wanted to do, travelled the world, you know, or went off exploring, or perhaps moved to another country and didn't take the other partner with them. You know, legally went abroad, took on new citizenship, but yeah, followed the passions, had a dream come true. So I feel that one person got what they wanted, followed their passions, followed the wealth, followed the excitement, and really were able to be the best at what they did, and they left the other person behind. Some of you might have gone with this person, and that was like, you know, like let's say they were the one that went off and had an adventure and you stayed home. Some of you might have gone with them on the adventure, or you made the decision not to go with them. Because we've got you will win in the end. So I think overall both of you were happy. It was just perhaps the initial, maybe it was a young love, and one person had great opportunities and the other didn't, and they decided to pursue them, and the cost was a past friendship. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were in a romantic relationship with them, because I don't see anything romantic here. This is all about someone following passion and making sure their dreams are fulfilled and being magical. I think you were happy together when you were together. It was a magical time of life, but then I feel that it ended, you know, because somebody prioritised what they wanted to do with their life. There you go, that's your past life connection. Please let me know in the comments if it was enjoyable. You can say if it resonated or not, or if it matches other tarot readings that you've had. I would say that, you know, if you feel this is true and you've met up, well, what's the point of you meeting up again in this life? I would just say follow your instincts and your common sense, and you will come to a conclusion of why you've met each other again. If nothing else, maybe it's just to let go of it, to take the time to review the details carefully and have a fair and objective decision. But maybe that's a completely different video. What's the point of our past life, current life connection? Yeah, that's your reading. Those of you that chose option 1, I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, leave me a comment if you so desire. If you want a private reading with me, then contact me on oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com and I shall get back to you. Otherwise, please take very good care of yourself. Wish you all the best of luck, and thank you for listening to me. Bye. Hello, those of you that chose option 2, this is your reading. So we have the Universal Rider-Waite Tarot, which is what is this past life connection, and then the Fairy Tarot, which is what happened in the connection. So we've got the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. So you definitely work together, possibly building a business together, moving forward with determination, with a plan. Nothing's going to stop you. It's the promise, the offering, the spark of an idea of new growth, and it's something that you both worked hard at, and this is what leads me to think that you were working together and possibly starting off something together, or you know, you always work together in life, you're on the same path. So I feel that this is definitely a work connection. Definitely one that required a lot of hard work on both of your parts, but possibly was quite financially rewarding. And you really felt you were getting and doing something with it. You were getting somewhere and you're doing something with it. So, what happened in this past life connection? Two of Summer. Falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. So, I mean, some of you might know you fell in love at work, or, you know, because it's the Two of Cups and this is a work sort of connection, it could be that you both decided to become business partners, and that's the serious connection. Three of Summer, news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations or births, friends you cherish. So again, some of you met at work and you fell in love and you got married, you know, because this is things, announcements, wedding, graduations, birth. You had a family together. Others of you were really good friends with this person and you had a great partnership in terms of your work or business with them. I think two situations could come up with this. I am favouring the work one more for obvious reasons, that it's 2 pentacles, and that is work, assets, finances. 5 of Winter. Walk away from dishonest associations, realising that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So in this past life connection, there was a decision to walk away. If it's a marriage, the marriage ended. I feel that, you know, this represents a third party situation. There's a couple here walking off and someone's been left behind. For some of you, the relationship ended because you or the other person fell in love with someone else and realised that the current marriage was not good enough, not actually what made them happy, and they went off with the other person. Others of you were the other person that was left behind and they decided to stay in their marriage, which was, they realised that having the affair wasn't what they wanted the affair, but then they realised that it wasn't the best thing in their life, that their marriage and their children was. Or it wasn't worth the effort of all the subterfuge and the cheating and all the stress of it. If this is you're thinking, no, this is definitely business, really is ringing a bell. I think that possibly there might have been something going on that was dishonest in the business partnership, and so one person decided to walk away from the partnership and go and work with someone else or move away from it, and it just wasn't worth the effort. You know, one of you was putting in more effort than the other in terms of the job and the work and the business, or the career that was built up, although initially satisfying, overall wasn't conducive for a happy life generally. You know, like when somebody builds up a massive business, but it gets so big and so stressful they can't hack it and they just sell up, and then they go off and do charity work in very poor areas, and that brings them emotional, spiritual and sort of mental satisfaction. So yeah, I think that's it. I think whatever the connection was, whether you feel it's, you know, that it's work related, which I think strongly is overall for the majority of the connection, is that you worked with them in the past and you had a great partnership but it just ended badly, or, you know, some of you might really do feel that it's the wedding and the marriage and everything, but it still ended, your partnership with them ended. So I think maybe, you know, it's a different question of why have I met them again in this life, you know, what's the past life karma or whatever. I think that it's maybe to resolve the issues of whatever happened to cause the split in the past. And maybe that's why you've met them again in this lifetime. There you go, those of you that chose option 2, that's your reading. It's going to be difficult for you to really let me know if it's right, because I doubt you remember your past life, but you can let me know if you enjoyed it, if it's similar to other tarot readings that you've had on the subject. But otherwise, that's your reading. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can contact me on oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com and I'll get back to you. And thank you very much for listening to me. Bye. Okay, those of you that chose option 3, this is your reading. So we've got the traditional Rider-Waite, the universal Rider-Waite Tarot and the Fairy Tarot here. This is what is your past life connection, and this is what happened in that past life connection. So we've got King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and High Priestess. Okay, so one of you, which is representative of the King of Pentacles, fell in love with the person that is the High Priestess. This is almost looks like the King of Pentacles is the provider, the established man, the wealthy man, the lord of the manor, has the money, can defend it, and he's not the emperor, but he's the powerful man, and he's mature and grown up and balanced, understands the value of money but doesn't allow it to dominate him. Hopefully, sometimes it's a bit too much of the money orientated. And the High Priestess is like the nun figure, learned, spiritual, mystic, doesn't date, you know, possibly literally was a nun, just doesn't get married, keeps themselves distant, very mysterious, untouchable, unobtainable. So I think in this past life connection they fell in love, or one fell in love with the other, but certainly I think they fell in love, you know. And I mean, these just seem almost incompatible. They're compatible, very compatible. I wouldn't say that there was a bad relationship or marriage between the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess. I think it would work very, very well. But the implication always with the King of Pentacles is he's the established family man. You know, sort of 35 plus, married with kids, cat, dog, big mortgage. And the High Priestess is literally the you know, the librarian figure. He says, well, I just prefer to stay home and read books and watch life rather than necessarily engage in it. They're really smart, they really understand things and can observe and answer questions. They're sort of the person you want on your pub quiz team. So it just seems to me, I wonder whether there's a bit of a star-crossed lovers thing here. What happened in this past life connection? This is a good story. Hermit, find or be a mentor. Take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. Seven of Summer, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analysing the options. King of Spring, innovative, inspiring, wise and theatrical. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. Okay, so what happened here, I feel, is that it went nowhere. This relationship didn't go anywhere. I think the High Priestess chose to follow the spiritual path. So this is a case of nun meets squire. Nun chose to stay in the nunnery. And the King of Pentacles carried on building his power, his leadership skills. He increased his wealth. I'm dividing them into two, like he and she, but whichever one you feel that you might feel that you're the High Priestess or the King of Pentacles, it doesn't matter. I'm splitting them because we've got two men here and actually a lady as the Hermit card. I think that the male in the past life connection did carry on, became even more wealthy, even more powerful, and I think probably did overall support the choice or the life of the High Priestess, who really pursued the spiritual growth by being like a mentor, then, you know, teaching their wisdom. They just excluded, like, did commit to the nunnery. And I think the problem was that there were just too many choices. Your power comes from making a decision. I think that really refers to the fact that the King of Pentacles went on to become even richer and more powerful, and the High Priestess became even more powerful through her spirituality. So I think that's it. They both decided to pursue the power rather than the love, and I don't doubt for a second that there was love there. We've got the Ace of Cups. The cup runneth over with emotion. But I think there was confusion because there was just so many options, so many choices, so many things that both of them wanted to do, that they ultimately made the decision not to be together but to be separate, because we basically got both of the cards that I would say were representative of them as individuals divided by a card. You know, Ace of Cups and Seven of Cups. There are just too many choices, and it might have been a bit bewildering to them. I feel that they're very capable people that had lots of options. I think it was just easier to carry on their individual path rather than to be together. So I mean, I've said with the other ones that there would be, I think, a different video, which is what do we do in this lifetime about our past life connection? What's the karma or dharma or whatever? But it almost feels like, if this all resonates and it all makes sense, is to and you have met up again and you feel that this is all true, and there's no way you're ever going to know if it is or not, is to come together again. I think I wouldn't say just to be together and be in love and do it where you're in a relationship this time, because some of you might not want to be in a relationship with this person. You might decide to again follow your own path, and that's fine. But I think you're meant to resolve the issues of it. Maybe it's different now with our modern world, that you can be together but also simultaneously follow your spiritual growth and your ambitions. So maybe do it differently or make a go of it in a different way, whatever you feel resonates. But this is a bit of a sad one, a bit of a star-crossed lovers. I feel there's a great story in there. So those of you that chose option 3, that's your reading. Leave me a comment if you're happy to. As I said, I don't see how you're going to know whether what I've said is true or not. You're either going to like it or not like it, and it's fine if you don't like it. But yeah, if you want a private reading based on this or any other of my videos or questions that I've done in the past, then email me on oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com and I'll get back to you. Please take very good care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck for the future, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye.